Good morning, church. It's so nice to be here this morning to see us all together, to see the numbers up for music. This is really the first time that my husband and I have been here for the 10. We've been the 9 o'clock and the 8 o'clock, so this is a wonderful start for us to come together as community. Jeff and I have been part of this community for some time. When my husband asked me to marry him in 1980, he said I could have a ring or a house. I decided to take the house. So we've been very happy. We bought our first home in South Salem. And in 1992, I got a little antsy and decided I wanted another house. And so we moved to Pound Ridge in 92, where we had our two beautiful children and loved being in our home, but we have since sold our home and moved back to South Salem. But I say this about 92 because as we shopped for our home in 92, we were also shopping for a church. And that was important to our family, to have that church. Jeff's Catholic, I'm Baptist, so we had to find something in between. And we landed on St. Mark's as a church community. Because my great-grandmother would say that in church, there's some good people in church, there's some bad people in church, but you need to find a working church. This is what St. Mark's represents to us. It is a working church, and we have been here since 92. We have two children, a 33-year-old and a 31-year-old. Our son is getting married in August, and will be married in this church. Father Justin is working with them now, with the couple, to speak about what that takes to be married and what work has to be put in. But Zach, as a young man, was a very angry young man. And as I said, the children don't come with instructions. We reached out to Father Bird. And Father Bird invited us in to sit together with our son to speak about why he was so angry, because he was putting his fist through the walls at home. That just wasn't going to work too well. Father Bird met with us as a couple, and then he met with Zach. And from that point on, we had a foundation. Zach, whatever Father Bird said to him, it worked. And so we are deeply grateful for that experience. I hadn't been baptized, so I was baptized here as an adult. I can remember coming here to the front of the altar. I can remember the bishop from Hartford coming down, putting his hands on my head, and welcoming us into the church. That was a good day. I felt validated. I felt like, okay, I'm legit now. I've been baptized. And so our children have been baptized as well. But in 2011, our family suffered a terrible hardship. Our 26-year-old nephew, Gibra, serving the military, Operation New Dawn. He was part of the group that was trying to bring bin Laden down, and he was killed. And I remember calling Father Peter when I got the call and spending a good couple of hours on the phone with him as I wailed and cried and was angry at God. Why had this happened to our small family? How could this happen? And he gave me such peace. He gave us such peace to know that these things do happen, but try to find the way, look for the light, find the ways that are going to give you comfort, because it will come. And it did in a way that we couldn't imagine. I reached out again to the church because our family wanted to have someone from the church to preside graveside. And if you know anything about military funerals, they control everything. You don't have the control. But we were allowed to do so. And it was Mother Ann who presided over the service that day, standing tall with these military folks. It was so wonderful to come into the graveside, and you see this petite blonde woman with this signature red lipstick standing proud with the military, giving our nephew the most beautiful send-off. And this just another memory of thinking about that 21-gun salute, and she looks at me and I'm looking at her, and that 21-gun salute was almost like stand strong, as loud as it is, stand strong and stand proud. And I thank her for that. I thank all of our church here. I thank the volunteers. I thank the fact that Brian and Susan and Janet have all worked so very hard to help us be inspired by love to give to this church. We want to stand strong together and leave a legacy, leave something behind, because there's so many churches that are closing right now. Some people won't have a home to go to. They won't have this. We have this. So I encourage us all to continue to be inspired by love, continue to live by the mission, 2 campaigns, 1 mission. It's so important for the life of the church. And if this was the Baptist church, when you do the collection, you go around once, ain't enough, going around again. Now, I was tempted, Lynn, to say, give me a plate so we could do it, but that's not my call. But I want to thank you all. We want to thank you all for your time. We intend to stay here. We love this church. We love it.